For more on this, we're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by Dr. Hussein Khaled, the former Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research. Dr. Hussein, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for your time this afternoon. Now, of course, today President Sisi held a meeting with the Prime Minister and Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, reviewing the vision of the ministry in terms of the coming phase and plans to turn Egypt into a regional international hub for higher education and scientific research. How do you see the importance of today's meeting, sir?
It's very important, of course, because if the political will at the higher level bolster and try to improve the education in Egypt, then we are very optimistic about this.
Absolutely.
And of course, there are many elements of doing this, as you said in your introduction, and I'm happy that this is going on.
Indeed, Doctor. Now, of course, they discussed the vision and work plan of the Ministry of Higher Education, aiming to transform the country into a scientific research and educational hub. This, of course, would contribute to building a knowledge-based economy, attracting students and researchers from around the world. How important do you see this, especially with the large number of state, private, national and foreign universities in Egypt?
Well, we have around 129 different universities, whether they are governmental or NGO or belonging to the government, or NGO not belonging to the government, or private or technical. And we have now the infrastructure that will help us to attract many students and many university staff to participate in doing this, but at the same time we have to be very careful about the development of the human resources, as well as the financial resources needed to accomplish our goal of development of education in Egypt in general, especially at the higher education level.
Indeed. Now, Dr. Hussein, of course, also during the meeting, they discussed efforts to build faculty capacities, improving academic and administrative performance as well. And this is another important aspect with regards to developing the education and higher education system.
Of course, because the university staff are the ones who are going to train the students and are going to tell them how to be prepared for their work facilities when they are graduated. And at the same time, we need the university professors to be full-time jobs inside the universities, as occurs in most of the international universities worldwide. And in order to do this, we have to develop a kind of process that will let them do full-time job at the university by increasing their budget and salaries, and by affording for them the social and the environmental environmental atmosphere to work inside the university. And I hope that this would be of prime importance for the political institutions in Egypt.
Indeed. Now, Doctor, of course, the President also directed the need for greater attention to be given to partnerships and cooperation with leading international universities and institutions, of course, to benefit from their expertise and improve the quality of higher education and scientific research in Egypt. How important do you see these collaborations, sir?
This is very crucial because, you can learn from others and you can collaborate with them. You can do vice versa collaboration. Students and staff can come and vice versa. And this would also raise the standard of living and the social facilities that are present in our country.
Indeed, Doctor. Another important issue discussed, the primary objective of transforming academic research into marketable products and services to support innovation, entrepreneurship, and localize really the concept of technology and cater for the work market. How important is it to bridge the gap between education, training, and the work market itself?
Along many years ago, there was, and I think still, a gap between the workforces and the businessmen and the end users and the scientists and collaborators inside the university. And we have to decrease this gap and even to remove it at all. And this could be done by continuous meetings and doing kind of days for the businessmen and for the info users to come to the university and meet the students and the university staff, and then they can also share in directing the curricula of the different faculties to suit their needs inside the faculties, inside the factories and inside the agriculture and different kinds of industry and so on. And this, if it happens, when the end users and businessmen realize that instead of importing foreign experience and foreign consultants from outside Egypt, they can use the university staff and the different faculties and universities, especially in the applied areas, to help them promoting and improving the culture of their work, and this will gain profit for them and for the education facilities as well.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Hussein, another important discussion today between the President and Minister of Higher Education was the healthcare projects that have been inaugurated, including the development projects at the main hospital, for example, of Alexandria University, modernization of operating rooms, etc. How important is it to see this collaboration between scientific research and industry, specifically in the health sector?
There are three levels of providing health to the people. The primary care, the second care, and the tertiary care facilities. The Ministry of Health has to provide most of the primary care facilities. But the tertiary care facilities, which is a very complicated process, usually about 70% of this service are conducted via the university hospitals all over the country. And so if you assist and upgrade and develop the university hospitals, then you can afford more than 70% of the tertiary care facilities to the Egyptian population.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Hussein, another important issue was the reviewing of efforts to export Egyptian education through the establishment of a system that selects leading universities targeting countries and, of course, regions of the greatest strategic and political significance, and as well as expanding the joint programs with highly ranked international universities, hosting academic partnerships, student exchange programs, etc. This is another aspect of collaboration with international leading universities. How important do you see this aspect with regards to partnership with leading universities all around the world?
Now, this is very important, of course, and this will indirectly improve the ranking of our universities when compared to others through the Chinese, the English and the Spanish and the American ranking systems, and this will help the education inside the Egyptian universities, and at the same time will attract more students to come and work and study in Egypt, and at the same time many of our students, if we equalize the curricula between those universities and our universities, then they can be accepted there to work and to help in gaining more experience.
Indeed. And we've seen, Doctor, as you said, the state pushing for continued efforts to enhance the competitiveness of Egyptian universities at both regional and international levels. The competitiveness of Egyptian educational facilities is a very important aspect as well of the development of the education sector.
Of course. And as I said before, we have to raise the basic infrastructure in those universities one by one, and we can make some kind of competitive activities between the different universities, and try to give some, more resources and more donations from the NGOs to help the better universities compared to the others. And this will try to, the others will try to improve their level and have a competitive edge over the others. And, life, in every aspect of life, and depends mainly on competition, even in football and sports and education and art and so on.
Absolutely right. We'll leave it at that. I'd like to thank you very, very much. Our guest for the afternoon, Dr. Hussein Khaled, the former Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research.